Howdy. Got a new fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Hi, howdy, folks. Oh God, it's just hell getting in here. We're back, Daniel. We're back. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. How long has it been? It was what, months?
The last
so much has happened.
The last episode we recorded was on the 24th of July. Can you imagine that?
That was the middle of the year, right?
That was the middle of the year.
Fuck.
Look where we are now. We're in December. Shock and awe and anxiety. Let that all set in. Whew. Man, but a lot has happened. I should probably start from the top and, do the whole intro thing, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart thing to do. All right, ready, Daniel?
Yes.
And 3, 2. Howdy, folks, and welcome to Not Culture, the podcast about everything but culture. I'm your host, Godfrey Mancaptagao, joined by my co-host and learn driver.
Well, not anymore.
Wait, that's right. Somebody got their license, didn't they? Congrats, Daniel.
Yay.
Yay, and that's I'm proud of you. And this week, we're talking about the Game Awards, which happened yesterday, and at the time of this recording, it only happened yesterday, and I only watched like the last hour of it, but what I did watch was very wonderful, and but yes, before that, Dan, it's been a long time since our last recording, as we've stated earlier. What have you been up to? Just give a brief overview of the things that you...
Okay, 6 months, last 5 months.
Jesus, okay, don't have to...
I finally got my license, as I said it earlier, so I'm a P-plate now, so I gotta hold that for 1 whole year, and then I can finally get like my proper license.
Yay. How have you been driving, by the way? Just like in Port Moresby, learning driving, like what is the thing that you have learned that, I don't know, from your experience?
I mean, I guess always be aware of things. Like that term, like PNG is the land of the unexpected, is the truest on the road, I'd say. Because you got to be ready for anything. Like, we've been with Joey there, our new net, what's it called? Our logistics officer. Our usual new net runs, and we've seen a lot of, like, things you got to be aware of when you're on the road. So, yeah, that's one thing I've learned. When you're in these Moresby streets aren't safe, even if you're in a car. The roads are difficult to deal with, especially, like, after all this rain we've had, and pedestrians and other drivers. So, yeah, always be aware is, I guess, the biggest lesson I learned from being a driver, from this, like, 1 year of properly being on the road.
Thank you for that, Dan. I'm just going to take all those to heart because I'm also learning as well. I'm technically a learn driver. I've started learning last year, but then, pandemic hit and I didn't really have much of a, I don't know, I didn't have a car that I could borrow from a friend, and it just slipped my mind, and I just kind of put it in the back burner, and for so long it hasn't been a priority of mine, but I'm definitely going to pick that up again.
Yeah, no, that is the biggest hurdle, just finding a vehicle to practice on without having to pay... Like, the understandable high fees that instructors have, but, it's good to have your own time with a vehicle, and just organizing that if you don't have one readily available is always, like, the difficult thing.
That's important. Man. All right, anything else that you've been going through?
I finally have a fucking Twitter account now.
You have a Twitter! God. I'm so proud of you!
This has been, when did we first try? Last year? I'm
pretty sure it was before that. It was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, like, with we started the New Net podcast, right? It was around that time.
New Net or this podcast?
Sorry, New Net. Apologies. I've been so used to saying New Net podcast.
We started this in
Not Culture. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So around the time we started Not Culture has been my war with trying to get a Twitter account. Which
it has been a war. I can testify to that.
It was a whole thing. Like, we get to the point of like trying to register it, and then we trying to use the same account, and then it was the biggest hurdle was always registering the phone number, which for some reason you didn't have to deal with, so you didn't have any problems doing that.
Yeah, but then we only discovered why later on in this process, which we'll get to.
Apparently, telecom numbers, like telecom SIM numbers, aren't recognized worldwide, that was the big hurdle. Really? I'd type in my telecom number, and it just wouldn't, send this code to this SMS and then all that.
But what if it was just your number? Have you tried it with anyone else's telecom number?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're really bothered by this. But then I guess at the tail end of that journey, not really tail end, it was like that journey had died and began to rot. And then I just discovered, hey, Dan, did you ever try using the app itself to make your Twitter account? And then you just like enter your stuff and you had one. It was such a liberating afternoon that day. It was very nice.
But yes, now I'm on Twitter,
Long story
and
short.
it's very fun. I didn't know that all my favorite artists were already there, and that they upload all their content uncompressed. If you're not aware, Instagram compresses stuff, Facebook compresses files, but now you can find everything in like the intended quality. So that's like the biggest
You can
upside
load
for me.
4K images on Twitter, and like it's where all the nice people are. It's where all the nice content is. It's where like zero of the drama is, and if there is drama, there's steps you can take to just literally eliminate that.
Oh, nice, lovely.
From your timeline, and it's just a nice place to be. Like ever since I've started like just liking my own things, all I see is that, and I rarely see things that actually upset me. So it's a very nice, it's a very good example of, you know, crafting the social media experience that you want to. Something that we actually went through in one of our previous episodes, which I will link below if I turn this into a promo, if I'm good at being an editor. But yeah, that's really good, Daniel. I'm glad that you're on Twitter. I'll put his I'll be now putting his Twitter handle at the end of all our show notes.
Yeah, I haven't actually put anything on it yet.
You're an idiot.
I don't know what to start with. It's like I already have all this content from my other socials, and I just don't know what to post.
Open your phone, find the first thing that you like that you drew, and put it up there. Stop thinking about this too hard. Just put it up there. Jesus, Daniel, it's not that hard.
All right, sure.
But yes, anything else you've been working on?
I also started working on my own comic book series, or at least attempting to, like trying to make it like an monthly upload. I missed the last month's upload, but
so you released? Is that the one you released the first issue of?
Yes, first issue is already out. Yes, Loverboy. This is a follow up on I think that first comic I did, of like I think it was me. For the context of the story, it was like me getting flashbacks after I was asked a question about, oh, you remember that girl from high school? And then, so that's basically the first, it's a follow-up of that story. And then now it's like a proper, like, I'm trying to just basically stretch my legs as a storyteller and try to tell a larger encompassing story, which I know, like, the story, like, from beginning to end is already worked out in my head.
Right.
So that's not the issue. I guess the issue is just how I tell the story.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so I'm trying to make it, I guess, serialized, basically, like, I'm making a monthly upload. I missed the last month, so it might be a bi-monthly upload at this point because of how busy I am now, but...
Define bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly is like biannually, where it can mean both twice a month or every 2 months. Like how biannually is like twice a year or once every 2 years.
I have issues with this.
Yeah.
But then, how do people know what you mean? Oh, that's
so what I'm intending is the every 2 months.
Every 2 months, okay.
And if I can, monthly.
Okay. Oh, no, that's good. I think with this, I'd say it's important to take your time with it, you know. Don't feel like you need to rush, and just take some of the pressure off. Get the thing done, then you can put it up. Because as a creator, I think the most important thing when you're starting off is to not really push yourself to meet these deadlines just yet, but it's to get comfortable with the process. Once you know that process in and out, you can start to push yourself to, you know, meet those targets and meet those goals. Because then once you know that, everything else becomes easier. You know, all that production stuff. But that's amazing. That's amazing. Anything else that you've been working on, or that has entered your life?
Oh, jeez. So
like, surprisingly,
in the past 5 months. Oh, I have a nephew now, so that's nice.
Hey, you're an uncle. Congratulations, yes. Daniel.
So now I'm just preparing myself for a little kid asking to steal my stuff from my room, or having to scold some small boy from running into my room and stealing my stuff. So,
do you think if you ever had the money, you'd buy him a console?
I'd honestly get him his own Switch, so he'd leave my consoles alone, just to like get him off my back. He can play on the PS4 from time to time, but you have your own console now. So
yeah. Well,
that's how I'll do that.
What games would you get him?
I mean the basics, you know, Zelda, a good Mario.
Yeah.
Some of the ports, maybe a good Pokemon. Definitely. Some of the good classic ports.
Okay. Do you ever think you'll... If he gets into mobile gaming, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's unavoidable at this point. I mean, everybody's into mobile gaming now.
I think there's like this unfair stigma on mobile gaming. Honestly, I don't mind it at all.
What was it? Joey he was like, mobile gamers.
What the? Come on, Joey. Mobile games are great, especially like when your phone is the only thing you like remember to take with you in the toilet because you left your Switch on the dock.
And to be honest, technically, I have been a mobile gamer for a while because I emulate the GBA games on my phone for the past like couple of years now.
That's weird. I thought you were going to say Cloud Mobile, but that counts, I guess.
No, but yeah. So in a way, I am familiar with mobile gaming as a platform.
It's great.
Yeah.
At least it's getting recognized, and that stigma is going away.
Also, COD Mobile is very addictive,
It
also
is.
it's 20 gigs on your phone. Like I
How is
recently.
it 20 gigs for you? It's like 5 or something on.
No. That's how they trick you. That's how they trick you. It's like it's 10 gigs for the initial download of the game, and then there's like 5 gig update every couple months. I don't know where that data goes. Is it still on my fucking phone, or I don't have that much internal space? Okay.
Okay, this is why I recently made a decision and deleted all my mobile games. So I'll re-download the ones when I actually get an angst to play them, like Gwent.
Yeah.
I've been playing Gwent, and it's really.
I would like to play Gwent actually. Yeah.
Gwent is fun. It's nice, but you should play Genshin Impact. It's fun.
But I don't want to play like a game on a mobile phone. I'd rather have something like a card game, like that, like
Actually,
Gwent, or
yeah.
something like Pokemon on my phone.
Oh yeah, that's great. Like turn-based.
Yeah, something that's not
turn-based.
graphically demanding, where it has like a storage of like 20 gigs hidden somewhere on my phone. And
Okay, enough of the COD Mobile shitting on. Okay, yeah, but that's great. That's great. At least he won't be chastised for
goodness.
playing mobile games. That's good. That's good to know. All right. Well, thanks for that, Dan. I guess I don't know. Do you have anything else to add? I'll just quickly run through my points. I really don't want to take up too much time because I really want to jump into the.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so I have been. In my notes, I just have work, blah, blah, blah. Good. That's a really good. Description of where I've been at right now. Just a lot of work. If you guys haven't noticed, we've started producing the New Net podcast, which is essentially Dan talking to a new guest every week, and the hardest thing about that is just finding a guest every week. So I don't know if you guys have someone you can throw away for that New Net podcast. Feel free to message or get in contact, or just we'll take anyone at this point if we like them. So yeah, that's been really, really good. What else? I've been playing a lot of games too and watching a lot of movies. I think that's really important, especially for my mental health. Let's see. I went to the Oro province really recently.
You just go back,
just go back, like just last weekend. I went there to do photography for a story about climate change and what's been happening up there. I don't think I can talk about like exactly on this what I was doing and what the story's angle is about, but it's really interesting, and I got a bunch of really, really amazing photos, and I can't wait to see what they do with that and which ones they release, because I'd like to show that in my brand new portfolio that I've made. I know it means nothing right now because you guys can't see this if you're listening, but I have made a sort of temporary portfolio using Notion, which is one of my favorite apps, services, and writing tools that I've been using. It's just a place that I put all the stuff that I've ever had a hand in creating, whether it's video, whether it's photography, whether it's my voiceover work, whether it's graphic design, all of the things that I've done professionally for money, you'll find there if you want to peruse and see all the things that I'm capable of as a content creator. But I will link that in the show notes, and I don't want to take up too much time. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the Game Awards. Daniel, are you excited?
Yes.
Great! That's awesome. Okay, so I just got this article. I managed to catch like half of the award show because I got back from a voiceover job yesterday. It got moved. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was also really hot, and I just got back, and I was like, oh my god! I had set like a notification up for me to watch the Game Awards, and got back. Only watched halfway through. But let's go through this. This is an article from Polygon that we are going through, ladies and gentlemen. I'll link it in the show notes. But first thing that they showed was a new trailer for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Dan, did you see it? What did you think of it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. It looks great.
It looks fantastic. I love it. I love how the Suicide Squad are getting more of a light right now with James Gunn's new movie that was phenomenal. It was so good. It's in the running for one of my best movies of the year, which is an episode that we have to talk about later.
Yes.
Sorry. But yes, what did you think of it?
There was a lot of gameplay as well. I was happy to see gameplay as well. There were a lot of like video gamey things in there where they had to change up how the characters do things from how they do it in the comics, just for like the sake of gameplay.
You mean like, for example, how Captain Boomerang works?
Yeah, and how Captain Boomerang has a shotgun.
And how does he move so fast?
And how he moves. I'm guessing it looked like teleportation technology. If you've seen the trailer, you'll see him zipping around.
That's it. He's speeding around. He's teleporting as well.
In this trailer, they're fighting against the Flash, or they're trying to deal with the Flash and Brainiac.
How they're gonna take both of them on? Oh my god.
What I'm guessing is that something has compromised the Justice League.
There's something up with them. They're under some sort of influence.
And so
do you think it's Brainiac?
Maybe I think most likely, probably.
Oh wait,
maybe.
no. Remember in the starting, a character says, "Oh, the Flash, he's on Team Brainiac."
Team Brainiac.
So do you think they're like sectors? Like
There
if,
might be.
if the map was split up into like major.
There might be
villains,
different
and
factions.
then they've
Yeah.
like taken the Justice League under their wing or something. That'd be interesting. It's like so you'll have to conquer one area and move on to the next and the next. That sounds fun.
That's probably what they're doing here. Yeah.
I'm excited. All right, which character do you think looks the most interesting? Because Deadshot can fly apparently.
He has a jetpack,
And
eye in the sky. Yeah.
Harley can swing because I think all of the characters have a new way of maneuverability just to help with, I guess, the sprawling maps. It looks like there's going to be tons of enemies in some of these levels. So
It looks like a hero shooter. Like it looks like a team-based hero shooter from what I can tell.
What's an example of that?
Like squad-based and like everybody has a certain class in the team.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like something like COD Mobile.
Not necessarily. More something like I want to say. Not League of Legends. The other one, Overwatch. Something like Overwatch, where each of them have a
yeah. But it's just smaller scale.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Interesting. So, I guess from what we've seen, based on how each character plays, which one are you most interested in? Which one do you want to play as first?
I think Harley, because she's swinging around and it gives me very, very Spider-Man vibes. So yeah.
I do like Harley. I do like a good Harley. What's his name? King Shark. Just because I really liked his character in the movie, I really want to play as him because he looks really fun just smashing things.
He's definitely the heavy of the game. Like he definitely has the Gatling gun.
So he's the heavy. Deadshot's obviously the rogue, the sniper. We've got Boomerang. He's zipping around somehow and has a shotgun. And I don't know what he is, but it's gonna be interesting to see. The most interesting thing to see is I want to see how all of them together, playing together, will affect how the team works. I want to see the dynamic with each other. I think that's going to be interesting. This trailer, I guess it more showed their individual abilities. Which is, like, they've touched on this before, and I was sort of hoping they'd see, I don't know, they'd give us a taste of what, I don't know, can they do, like, combo moves together? Can they come together?
Other, like, setups. Like, yeah.
I almost want to sort of draw this parallel between Guardians of the Galaxy, where in that game you only play as Peter, but you can do a bunch of things where you work with the other members of the Guardians and make combos and finishers and something like that. I want to see if they can do that in this game, or unless it's just very like 4 people pick a team. And if it's something like Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood or something like that, where everyone has like a sort of ability of their own, but they contribute to the team in different ways. That'd be interesting though. But this was fun. And
we'll see.
I do like the tone of the game. Apart from the gameplay, the tone looks really fun. Very, very Suicide Squad-y. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Nothing new though.
I like the whole like impossibility of the mission in this game. Like how the fuck
kill the Justice League.
Jesus.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. I wonder. Do you think they're gonna turn up the violence in this? Just because
maybe because I mean this, and it's made by Rocksteady, the guys that made the Arkham series, so
they weren't incredibly violent. That's the thing with Batman. His rule, he doesn't kill people, he just puts them in hospital with severe injuries and neck and back.
Just see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah,
it's interesting. All right, but hey, is there anything else you want to add to this before we move on to the next?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, and the next thing that was announced is a Star Wars game. Surprising, I guess, not really anyone, but what really got me was the developer of this. A Star Wars game, a choice-driven Star Wars game set in the High Republic, which is 200 years before the Phantom Menace.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's when it's set up in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, developed by Quantic Dream. So the folks that made
Heavy Rain, Detroit Being
Human, the one with Ellen Page in it.
Oh, Willem Dafoe, that one.
Sorry, no, Elliot Page, as he is now referred to as. Yeah.
I forgot that happened. That's right.
The one with Elliot Page, and then and it had Willem Dafoe in it as well. But yeah, the choice-driven, really gritty, dark narrative games that don't really have too much gameplay.
Actual gameplay,
unless you count pressing a button to scream a name gameplay. Yeah, that's, I guess, that.
Like, compared to something like Until Dawn, the interactivity with their games
really
is a lot scaled down, yeah.
I mean, there are quite a lot of similarities in that, but this one, it's more cinematic, I'd say.
Yeah, there's more of a focus on storytelling and
absolutely.
decisions and things characters say and all that. But honestly, from this game, you can expect really good graphics, really fucking good visuals.
It looks so good. From that trailer, stunning.
What even was going on?
We don't
I
know.
couldn't
I
tell.
mean, that's what I loved about it. I don't know what's happening. We see
The Trade Federation was there. Some of those guys were
Trade
there.
Federation. We see a gray Jedi with her yellow lightsaber.
Wait, so Greys only have yellow?
I mean, it's alluded to. Like they're the ones who don't have a side, and a yellow lightsaber is like it's associated with being a Grey Jedi.
Okay,
so I'm just
okay.
assuming. But I'd like it to be because Grey Jedi is something that we have not explored in the canon. It's just something that exists right now in the expanded universe, and it'd be so good if we actually like got a story about that in this game.
Oof.
I don't know what the title means. Eclipse. There's a lot of obvious.
There is an actual eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are these aliens who are making these really amazing percussion beats, and then something rising out of a pool at the end.
I got very Ridley Scott.
Oh, absolutely.
Ridley Scott. What's it called?
Prometheus.
Prometheus vibes.
Yeah.
And even the way those aliens look, bald, gray.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
There's almost no dialogue. There's one duel with lightsabers between two people with lightsabers. But my gosh,
We see the Jedi Council chamber.
and Yoda.
Yes.
Because
Wait, what?
Yoda
was there?
Yeah, he was in the corner.
I
It's
didn't
only
even-
200
I didn't even
years.
fucking see him.
For Yoda, that's just like last week.
Would be like
you
a slightly younger Yoda.
Yeah,
I keep
it's
thinking of Heimerdinger from.
Heimerdinger. Oh, you can see the parallels. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes. I'm honestly I'm happy that it's taking place closer to the prequels. I'm a fan of the prequels. So
I
Yeah.
do. Yeah. This would be interesting. I mean, like when you think about it, 200 years, it's not too far back. But apparently, the High Republic was referred to as a time when the. Oh, please, anyone correct me if I was wrong. I just read this morning. A time where the Empire was in full, in control, but they weren't, evil and totalitarian bastards and all that. Yeah. So it was like a good time.
okay, all right.
Yeah. So I'd like to see how this story unfolds in this
I'd
new
play it.
time with
yeah.
new characters who aren't, I hope to fucking God, who aren't Skywalkers. Because if I hear that name one more time, I'm going to quit Star Wars forever.
It's 200 years. I'm pretty sure there weren't any.
Don't you
Unless.
jinx it. Don't you jinx it, Daniel.
Also,
Okay.
if you think about it, this is their first game with an actual big IP. All their past games were
Originals,
their own
right?
stories.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'd like to see, because they're working with Lucasfilm on this, Lucasfilm Games on this, and I want to see how much of their input has gone into this as well. But I'm excited. I was not expecting this. I think I read somewhere a while ago that Quantic Dream was working on a Star Wars game. This looks amazing. This looks beautiful, and I am excited. Yeah, bring it on. It'll be. Oh, there's no
Release date.
There is no release date at
Probably
the moment.
2023, 2024. You know how these things are.
I am glad to wait.
These were all all the trailers we're talking about were all reveal trailers mostly.
Yeah.
So expect them to come out in the next 2-3
Most
years
of them, though.
or 2022.
Some of them are happening. Like some of them are releasing quite early next year. There's one I think as early as March.
Which one? What was that one? Oh yes.
Yeah, so cute. But we'll get to that in a bit. Anyway, the next thing that was announced was a Wonder Woman game.
No gameplay, just her posing in the darkness, and I think Queen Hippolyta, talking about how great she is, and you're a woman, and Wonder Woman, and be the strength, and you know what to expect when anybody's talking about Wonder Woman. But I'm just reading this now from our show notes that apparently it's being developed by the Middle Earth Shadow of War people, and now I'm like, oh, it's gonna be that kind of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I'm actually really, really excited because, man, I enjoyed the hell out of those Middle Earth games, especially the first one, because I guess it borrowed a lot of its fighting elements from the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when the Arkham games were announced, it was a fresh, fighting style mechanic that they used. And it works so good that I'm so, glad that it's starting to migrate into other games. So,
Oh yeah.
I can imagine, running around as Wonder
Oh,
Woman.
I'm imagining the sword play, the power moves that she can do,
and,
the use of the lasso.
Oh, that's gonna be so good. Man, it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of good, I guess, video game. I mean, comic book video game adaptations.
Goodness.
Or is it video game comic book adaptations?
Video game, because from the looks of it, this isn't. It's not tied into any movies. It's just her own. I'm thinking it's very much like how the Arkham games were. How it's it's based on the comic books, but it's its own thing.
So it's like Arkham. It's like Insomniac Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's very much their own thing. Hopefully, Insomniac's Wolverine. If we get to see I was
hoping for something. I was hoping for another trailer. Come on.
Nah. Give them time. Give them time, Daniel. These are pros. They know what they're doing. I don't want to rush them. Hey, remember the last time an audience rushed a studio for a game? Yeah, exactly. You don't, because we never got like a good version of it. No one remembers Cyberpunk 2077 now. It's lost. No one cares about it.
Jesus.
And it's sad. So, moral of the story: just let them handle their own time.
Fine.
But yes, I'm excited. Monolith Games, please. I'm hyped for this.
If the gameplay is good and if the story is good, and there's so much they can do with Wonder Woman, they can have her just fighting Greek stuff. They can fight. Yes. They can have her doing. I guess maybe not solving crimes, but I guess because it's Wonder Woman and because it's these guys making it, they might have more of a focus on the combat and the adventure aspect. So what I'm hoping for is something like God of War, where she just goes on doing her own thing.
Oh my god!
In like in another world, maybe, or maybe some big cataclysm happens with the Earth, and so yeah, there's so many things they can do.
I'm wondering what time period it'll take place in, what the setting will be, because there's a lot since she exists in a lot over like a long span of time. There's a lot that Monolith can do with this in terms of this narrative. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. What did I just open? Nothing. Anyway, moving on to the next thing that has been announced. I guess this was not really a sort of shock since a remake or a remaster of this game, of the first one of this game, was released and is, I think it's out, the remaster?
I think so too, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But yes, Alan Wake 2 was announced. And Daniel, have you ever played the first Alan Wake?
No, but Alan Wake is made by one of my favorite developers of all time, Remedy, who were the same guys behind Max Payne. The guys who created Max Payne, they did Max Payne 1, 2, so many other games. Most recently, Control.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I just got
We literally just got it. Neither of us have actually played it yet, but...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no, this is pretty big news. I don't know how the first game ends, so it's pretty exciting that we're getting a sequel and after a whole console generation. Alan Wake 1 was on the PS3 and 360.
Yeah, on 360. That was on the 360 era. I actually got the first game, but I never actually finished it. I played about the first quarter of it. I didn't have it for very, very long, but I thought it was very creepy and very... I wouldn't say action heavy, but it was a good balance. You know.
From what I heard, it shares a lot of DNA with Silent Hill 2, Part 1.
Yeah?
Part 1, yeah. But then now from what we've just heard about Part 2, apparently it's going to be Remedy's first survival horror game.
Ooh.
I mean, Part 1 was already pretty scary, but it was more of an action-focused game.
It was more of an action horror.
Survival horror, there might be health mechanics, health packs, management of resources.
Like, it might be something more akin to... What do you call those games? Like... I brought this up. It was a really, really, really good game that I recommend both of us to play. It was that guy who wears a cowboy hat. It's a horror game.
You remember? Resident Evil.
Yeah, it looks like
one of the former creators,
like Hideki,
right? Hideki Kamiya, I think his name was.
So it might be. I'm hoping something
Evil Within.
Evil Within.
Yeah.
Yes. Hoping something. It might go in a little bit of that direction, but I wanted to completely differentiate itself from stuff like Dead Space or Resident Evil. And it'll be interesting to draw from its own roots to see how it can create its own identity in the survival horror genre.
Expect a really fucking good story as well.
Absolutely.
Oof.
These guys are really good writers. You see how many awards Control won? Jesus. It's sitting there right now, this complete edition in my corner. I'm scared to play it. Like I'm gonna have to buy so much power, set out one weekend to do nothing and just play through that.
I think personally, I want to play Max Payne 1 and 2 just again, and then I'll jump into Control.
That's right. They made Max Payne, didn't they? The IP.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
but yeah, no, very excited. It's set to release in 2023.
My only interesting things to say about this is, why does he look like Jake Gyllenhaal in the trailer?
Oh, yeah, no, he looks so much like a real person now. What I'd compare this to is the transformation from... This will always be my example for that. Uncharted 3 to Uncharted 4. How they made Nathan Drake just look like a real dude. That's what they've done with Alan here, and I always love it when they do that, especially with sequels of games releasing now.
Oh my gosh, you see that close up in the trailer of him when he's holding the light up to his face with that next gen PS5 / Xbox, that Series X. Like, you could honestly, if you need glasses to see, if you take them off, you might as well be staring at Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh.
I hate to be Taylor Swift.
I mean, hey, if there's ever a live action adaptation, there's our fan cast.
That'd be cool, as long as Remedy writes it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. No, that's it. But yeah, this looks amazing. I like how people are complaining that this was like the biggest jump scare of the award.
I wasn't that scared about it.
I was freaked out, but I was like, oh, it's like the happy jump scare where, like, it's like a, oh.
I wonder what the story is. It's not confirmed if he's in the same town, maybe. But
That's it.
yeah.
I have no idea what's going on, which I like.
But yeah, no, we have to do our due diligence and get the first game and play that through. Yeah.
That's it. I wonder. We need to get that remaster.
Yes.
But yes, we are excited. Alan Wake 2. Next up, we've got a new IP. I'm pretty sure that was. I don't know if I can confirm this or not, but it was from the same folks who. Don't open that link. It was from the same folks who created the demo trailer for the PS5 using Unreal 5.
New Unreal.
Yeah. So this game is called Forespoken, and it looks fantastic.
It looks really good.
It's got that really
like
cool.
it.
What is it? You're telling me this? It's got that really cool writing trope of you get the character.
Yes.
You get a character from modern times, and then they go back in time to like
Fantasy setting and all that.
Yeah.
And it's been done so many times in movies and comics and shows, so it's nice to see video games handling that genre.
Army of the Dead. No.
Yes. No. Yes. Yeah. Army of the Dead. Yeah.
That's not Zack Snyder's movie, is it?
No, Army of the Dead is wait, no, not Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness. Sorry, Army of Darkness. Yes.
That's an example of it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Man.
It looks great, very colorful, mostly magic and like conjuration combat.
It looks
a lot
fantastic.
of that, yeah.
Oh my gosh, and I like how the central character is like, it's not just a silent protagonist; it's an actual character that you play through. It's like watching the trailer; it gives me a bit of Horizon vibes.
Her voice actor sounds really familiar. It's gonna bother me.
You want to just Google that?
Yeah, sure. Let's Google it. If it's Haley Steinfeld, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Let me see.
I've
who
heard
do you
her
think it
voice.
is? Let's give me some guesses who it might be.
I don't know, but her voice just sounded so familiar.
Throw some names out.
The voice actor that did Abby from Last of Us.
Who is that? Who's the name of the voice actor?
I forget her name.
Because I'm looking at the name right now. Okay.
Okay, what other roles has she been in? What other shows?
The character's name
Other
is
games.
Frey Holland. Please, yeah. Okay.
Frey Holland.
Okay, wait. Let me just. I'm googling.
This is set to release pretty soon as well, May 24th next year.
Yeah,
so that's nice. Okay, good.
Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. She was in Charlie's Angels.
Which one? The new one.
Apparently bad.
Is it Kristen Stewart? No.
No, it's not Kristen Stewart. Let's see. What has she? Come on, Dan. You got this. She was in a bunch of old.
No way.
I think it was.
No
British
way.
shows.
Wait, British shows?
Yeah.
No way. Is it?
Midsummer Murders.
I know her, right?
I don't know if you know her, man. But I'm opening her IMDb. Let's see what she's been in.
Wait, is she a brown person? Or is she white?
Is she a person of color? Yes, she is, Daniel.
Is she the... Okay. I know who it is. I don't know her name. Is she like the nerdy brown one from Charlie's Angels? The nerdy brown one.
I've never seen it, so...
What the fuck?
No, I see a credit for Resident Evil Actress 2022.
Oh.
Okay,
Well,
now I'm a little...
There's a Netflix series that you probably don't know about that's happening for Resident Evil.
Bitch, what do you mean I probably don't know about? I'm the fucking one who researches all this. How did I miss this?
It's not connected to the recent movie that released, and Wesker is black. Yeah, chew on that for a minute.
Mind equals blown. Okay.
But okay, so she's probably in that. But yeah,
Sorry,
I think that's why she sounded very familiar.
Okay. Where have you seen her before? From Charlie's Angels.
She was in Power Rangers, right?
I don't think so. I didn't see that on her IMDb. She was in
If I'm not mistaken, she was Jasmine in Aladdin,
Resident
right?
Evil TV series.
Or am I just mixing up? Am I mixing up my brown girls?
She was in the Athena. No, she wasn't in.
Oh, I am mixing up my brown girls. But she was in Charlie's Angels.
Yep.
Huh.
She was in Charlie's Angels as Jane Kano.
I don't know who that is.
Jano. Anyway.
Jano.
We're going on a tangent. Let's go back.
But yeah.
But yes, Forspoken. It looks great. It looks fun. It looks like a mashup between Horizon Zero Dawn and Infamous.
Yes, especially Infamous, the traversal, her jumping around through the air and flying and floating.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just hoping it has better writing than the one that we played.
Better gameplay as well. Jesus Christ.
All right, we played Second Son a while back and we did not enjoy it.
Coming back from Spider-Man.
It's just the contrast, like, ugh. But yeah, sorry, a bit of a tangent. This one's coming out pretty early. You said, Dan, May 24th.
Yes, May 24th.
Yeah, because they've been working on this for a while, right? Now, with this engine. So, That's gonna look really, really good.
The gameplay looks fun. There's a lot of interesting uses of magic.
Yes.
She was like shooting rocks like a gun,
Like a gun.
and
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
really fun.
Hurling ice blocks at monsters. There are monsters in this game that you fight. It looks great.
It's like to recent memory, I can't think of a game that uses a character that specifically only uses magic in such a creative way. So yeah,
Yeah. Like if you think of
this would be pretty fun to see.
like in Skyrim, how conjuring people conjure weapons as magic. She's doing that.
That is what I thought of. Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
So there will be sword play, but with like conjured sword, like ethereal weapons.
Ah, yes.
By the looks of it.
Yeah, but this is exciting. And it looks to be a PS4 exclusive.
PS5.
Sorry, PS5. Sorry, PlayStation exclusive.
PlayStation exclusive.
Yep.
Dang,
And
all
it
right.
looks great. I can't wait. I can't wait to play
Add
this.
another notch on the belt of a reason why I should get a PS5.
just get. You want to play Infinite, and it'll probably change your life. Just get
Yeah.
a Series X. Anyway, moving on. Something that Dan, you are quite excited about.
Oh yes, very
We
much
got
so.
From the developers of, from the creators of Friday the 13th, the game, comes Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game.
The game is based on true events.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Ah, it looks amazing. It was of course a reveal trailer, so no actual gameplay. We don't know if it's going to be exactly like the Friday the 13th game. I'm very happy to see it. The last time we saw Leatherface in the game, I think he was an added-on character in Dead by Daylight. Am I wrong?
Yes, no, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see him have his own game, but I know why this is happening, and it's kind of sad.
Enlighten us, Dan.
Yes, the same developers that made the Friday the 13th game, and my guess is that they're making this game because they're so passionate about this genre and about this gameplay and what they can do, but they couldn't physically work on Friday the 13th anymore because of some legal battles about who owns Jason and who owns the franchise. So, and I think the team was just so passionate about what they've created, so they basically took that formula and want to do that with another IP.
Nice.
And which basically fits the genre. Another slasher, one of the pioneers of the slasher genre. If you don't know, we got Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw before. Way before.
This is like one of the granddaddies.
Yes,
this
way
slasher
before freaking Friday the 13th. Well, I'm just happy. I'm happy that the same team is still working on a genre that they're passionate about, and I'm happy that it's with another very good IP, and there's a lot of stuff they can do with this IP. And yeah, it is sad that they couldn't keep continuing their work with Friday the 13th, but like I said, I'm glad that they're still in business, and I'm still glad that they're still making a game that's follows the same genre and same footsteps. So yeah, very excited for that.
Yeah, and if anything, it probably wasn't too big of a move since they've already created these elements. From a technical perspective, they can just reuse them and put a different skin on them.
Because it was quite the adventure. If you follow the development story of the Friday the 13th, the amount of learning that they did, they were a small team that had to make something that would cater for.
What is the name of the studio? Sorry, just.
I'm not too sure, but they had to cater for a server and like all these different players and all this player feedback. It got very well received by the fan base. The only problem was because of the legal battles, they couldn't keep working on it and keep developing it. But it's very nice to see that they're still very busy, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I like this genre, and if it's the same type of gameplay from Friday the 13th, there's a lot of interesting things they can do with the character of Leatherface, and it's a different setting. It won't be in the woods. It'll be in Texas, out in the open, like Texas, rural Texas. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that.
Nice. So the studio's name is Ilphonic.
Ilphonic,
which I've heard somewhere, but yeah, that makes sense. All right. So from what we've seen, you excited?
Very excited. Very happy.
Looks pretty tense, terrifying, gory. I like that.
If you don't know the gameplay mechanics, I'm just me guessing if it's the same genre, but you'll basically, a bunch of your friends will be the camp survivors or the young teens that stumble upon the Texas house, and one of you guys will be Leatherface.
So it's basically Dead by Daylight.
Pretty much, but
it might be an insult. Okay,
there will be
a bigger difference.
It'll be a bigger map. I'm guessing, but yeah, there's so many things they can do.
I've only ever played Dead by Daylight, and it runs on that, like the asymmetrical.
Yes,
horror
that's
game,
the call.
right?
Yeah, asymmetrical horror game.
Or like a bunch of players, 4 maximum, are the survivors, and you get one killer, and a player plays as a killer and they both try to achieve their goals. The killer tries to hunt and kill all of them, and the players try to escape and get freedom. So essentially, they're going to use that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just very excited. No, there's so many things they can do, but yeah, very happy. Yeah.
Yay! Okay, that's excellent. So the next thing that was introduced was Another sequel to a game that was released quite a while ago, actually.
2017, right? You said earlier?
No, before 16. 16
Jesus.
was when Good Game ended. And I remember them talking about the first one of this game.
Was that the one where the cover is her face?
Yes.
And it's like blue paint?
It's just her face.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. So the game that was announced was Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga, which is the sequel to Hellblade 1 Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, but now we've said that a lot of these trailers that we are talking about, they didn't show a lot of gameplay, or there was just a reveal trailer. I can't tell where the gameplay ends or begins with this fucking trailer. I swear to God.
That's the cool thing about like this game and pretty much the last one. It's incredibly cinematic in the fact that it doesn't have a HUD. The way that it lets you know. Like
not even a reticle. She was aiming, and I couldn't tell where the fuck she was aiming.
Yeah, no, it's just follow your gut, follow your instincts. But I am quite excited for this. I never played that first one. I wasn't able to track it down to get a copy of it for myself. But it's on my playlist. I'm gonna play it very soon. I'm just really happy that a game like this, and for this team, Ninja Theory, I'm glad they get to make a sequel. And it looks intense.
It looks really good.
It looks
very intense, like audio intense as well, audio and visually intense.
Oh yeah, the first game was known for doing crazy things with its audio mixing and its audio design. So I'm glad that carried over and was like a staple in this particular trailer, because that comes through and it's creepy and I love it. In the sense that it scares me and I don't want to hear any of it.
Oh yeah, it was very cinematic, and like the general vibe and like dirty and gritty and setting of the trailer reminded me a lot of the launch, or like I think the real trailer for Death Stranding, because it's on a beach and it's not one of those pretty beaches, it's one of those muddy beaches. And
you mean like an actual beach?
Yeah, the yucky ones. Yeah,
like a normal.
But yeah, no,
not all beaches are pristine.
They're like there's like an ocean cave and there's like a deformed giant. Like there's like one limb. It's very like graphic and disgusting and nice.
It's very Attack on Titan-esque.
But without like the fun guns and weapons that they have to deal with Titans.
I'm sorry, was it fun in Attack on Titan? I get terrified every time I watch the show.
I guess exciting. It wasn't like exhilarating and exciting. Oh wow, they're zipping around fighting a giant. This one is like, oh fuck, they have spears and they're trying to kill a giant.
They have spears and they have fire and they're trying to kill this, 1,000-ton half.
It looked like a torso? Was it a torso of a giant? I don't see any legs.
It looked like it had legs, but they were damaged. Like it couldn't stand up.
Yeah, it was crawling out and in pain, and it spoke English, and it said the character's name, so there's a lot of implications of what the fuck is going on in this game, yeah.
It's creepy, but I loved it, and I can't wait for it. And I really have to track down and play the first
Release date?
Right now, there wasn't a release date, I don't think so. Not according to Polygon or this article that came out yesterday when I was putting these notes together. But it's going to be interesting, and again, it'll come out when it comes out. Can't rush art, Daniel. Just let it do the thing. But next, something that Dan, you can probably just go ahead and take this one if you want to read from the thing, and just remember to cite.
All right, so if you didn't know this, there's a Halo TV show finally happening. A lot of us fans have been wanting this, especially like when it comes to an adaptation. A movie would not do it justice, so I'm happy that it's being adapted to like a series of like more episodes to tell this great story that I am actually very, very, very familiar with. I'm unfamiliar with everything after 4, but from what I can tell,
after 4 is technically like it breaks away from
new
story,
stuff,
right?
yeah. But from what I can tell, we finally got a reveal trailer for the Halo series premiering on Paramount and their streaming service, Paramount Plus.
Yes,
if that's what it's called.
Paramount Plus.
But finally got a reveal trailer. Nothing lore heavy, just a bunch of shots, like wide angle shots and establishing shots of like familiar locations, some very unfamiliar, some new characters. We see Master Chief.
Yep.
Very like brief shots of Master Chief.
Looks noticeably smaller.
Yeah.
Makes sense, though. It's a little earlier in his timeline.
I think we're planning to do like a whole me breaking down this trailer. I think tomorrow, if I can come and just like, we'll do like a whole me comparing this and just breaking it down, trying to figure out where this takes place in the story. From what I can tell, from who is in the trailer and who is alive, this is before Halo 3, before Halo 2.
Yeah.
If I'm correct. Because Miranda is there.
Because we see High Charity.
High Charity is there, intact.
That's something that was very, very, very destroyed by the end of Halo 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming towards the end of Halo 2. By Halo 3, it's fucking run over by the flood, and it's a wreck.
It's not. Yeah. Basically, it's not itself.
So yeah, very interesting. Steven Spielberg is attached to this.
And his production studio, Amblin Entertainment.
So yeah, very exciting to see. Although, Godfrey, you have your gripes
Amblin
with the trailer.
Television.
You have your criticisms of things that bothered you with the trailer. And I share, to a degree, yeah, I do share your opinion on that.
It's just, this is something I've seen from, not all, but some of the
recent sci-fi adaptations.
Yes, the recent sci-fi, the recent high fantasy adaptations to television and film especially. When they translate some of these practical sets and costumes and clothing and the practical stuff, right? It doesn't convey the weight and the usedness, the feeling of how these sets and locations and like a door can have a story to tell based on the weird markings that have been on it. It's not a new door. It's been there for a while.
Like compare the practical sets from the OG Star Wars movies, like that.
Oh.
The amount of visual storytelling from the sets alone and how they look.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You get so much storytelling from those as compared to this. Like I'll say, visual effects, they look stunning. You get the shot of this city on a planet somewhere. You get a shot of this city in an asteroid belt somewhere in this trailer. They look fantastic. But some of the close-up practical effects stuff, it looks a little light and it scares me. And it also confuses me a little bit because we got a sort of Halo adaptation, a live screen, like a live action Halo adaptation.
With Chief in it, with Master Chief,
school. This was in like 2013-14.
If you remember,
it was called Halo Forward Unto Dawn. It was split up into, it was a 5-part
I think 4
web series, 4-part web series that was put onto YouTube, and it was used to promote the
Halo 4,
the release of Halo 4. And what we got back then was incredible. Everything felt like it could tell its own story. All the costumes, all the sets, all the basically all the things that were practical in the show, they felt weighty.
Oh, there was a lot of practical things. They were holding like actual Covenant guns, the guns from the game. Absolutely. The gear looked accurate to the game.
But we might be going on a tangent here, but what we're saying is that we don't really know how to feel about this trailer. We're happy that this is on its way, and it's cool that Amblin Television, Steven Spielberg, and 343 themselves are attached to this project and with Paramount. But it just, I'm just gonna like. I'm not gonna hold my breath for it.
I'm excited for what angle they'll take it, because from what I can tell, there's gonna be other Spartan 2s, but that doesn't make any sense because for the longest time, Chief was the only Spartan 2. Yeah, there's a lot of confusing story things that I will get into when we do that video of me breaking everything down. But bottom line is, from I guess how we feel about it is that Chief looked and moved better, from what we've seen, looked and moved better in Forward Until Dawn compared to the Chief that we've seen in this trailer. Although not a lot of footage of Chief has been released, but
there's only like 2 scenes. One where he's walking, where he looks like his suit, or he and his suit just got off a horse. It doesn't look good. One where his superhero pounds the ground, and it looks like someone just got like a bellow and like and made dust go. Ooh, I
mean, we'll see. But I do share your opinion on the suit. The suit looks
janky,
not great. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But yes, excited. It's coming out next year.
Yep. 2022. Yeah. All right, but that should be good. Hopefully, But moving on. Then we've got a trailer for from From Software's new game, Elden Ring. Also, co-written by George R. R.
Martin, of all people.
Man, I don't have much to say about this apart from the fact that it looks gorgeous.
Looks gorgeous.
Gameplay. I like that it's an open world Souls game. I've always hesitated to get into a Souls game. I think I got 3 or 1. But I was scared to get into it. But you've played a Souls game, haven't you?
Yes, a bit of Bloodborne. I really want to get back into Bloodborne now. I'm really solid now. But from what I can tell, the way they tell the stories in the Souls game is very subtle. Yeah. Like, there's through dialogue, oh, this is the world you're in, oh, blah, blah, blah. But from this one trailer, there's like, I think because George is attached, there's a lot of, like, outright world building and character introductions.
Absolutely.
But it looks great. It looks
fantastic. the visuals between like the fights that there's this Smurf hair and it goes and covers them. And
You'll have to see it yourself to really see what we.
There's a lady with 4 hands. There's a monkey putting down a crown. And
was it a monkey?
Was it a
it's so confused. Yeah, no, it's.
It sounds like I'm shitting on this game.
It looked like one of those werewolves from Ari Village, honestly, in a robe holding a.
Oh, like
yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be terrifying.
But it looked great. Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it too. That's right. Next up, we've got Sonic Frontiers, the new Sonic open world game. What'd you think about it, Daniel? What'd you think about The Legend of Sonic: Breath of the Gotta Go Fast? Was it good? Yes.
I mean, it looks good. I mean, I don't know.
Did you catch Calamity Eggman?
Oh my god! It's just that I don't know the whole. It's been tried and done before. Putting Sonic in an open world 3D environment.
Wait,
it hasn't been many. Oh my gosh, bro!
Sorry, I'm not that well versed in Sonic history.
If you're unaware, there's a whole. It's a whole story of how developers have tried to put Sonic in an open world 3D environment or put him in like a 3D setting and not like, side-scrolling environment where he was first created in. Mario translated it very well. He works well in a 3D environment. Sonic, not so much.
Mario translated well. Link translated well. Why not Sonic?
I think it's because of his speed. He can only exist in a side-scrolling, like, moving along the screen environment, and it works, and the gameplay feels good. I think when you put him in a 3D environment, a lot of what makes Sonic be Sonic is lost, and it just doesn't translate well. But
interesting.
But yeah, no, I mean that's been the issue with putting him in these types of games. But from what we can tell, it's an open world. It looks very colorful. We can definitely see the like Breath of the Wild influences. There's gonna be. I'm interested. We didn't hear Sonic speak. Someone saying his name, if I'm correct.
It sounded like Tails, honestly.
It could be Tails again.
Yeah.
But it looks interesting.
Throwing missiles at him.
Yeah. It seems very barren, like in a mythical world. He's not running around in cities.
Yeah, it's not very inhabited,
yeah.
Is it? Yeah, not like that open world Kirby game, apparently.
Jesus.
Which is basically the Last of
Us Kirby.
Oh, but that's another whole other thing that was released on a Nintendo Direct that we never did an episode about. But
just
that's fine. Yeah.
This is releasing for Sonic Open World Sonic Frontiers, late 2022. So expect it maybe holiday season next year.
And good news, it's released on every platform, including the Switch. So I'm happy. Nice. That looks good. Next up, we've got a game from the studio created by the director of the first Silent Hill game. So the story goes, he made the first Silent Hill game. Then a while after, he left Konami, and then he created his own studio called Bokeh Games. And of that, he has released this game called Slitterhead. Daniel, thoughts?
The opening couple seconds had me like I think you shared this opinion, and then suddenly it became Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 6 Dead Space.
Yeah. Because if you look at the monsters, there are monsters in this game. It looks like it's based in Asia. I don't know if it's based in Tokyo, but it looks a lot like Hong Kong. But yeah, no, it's based in Asia, and the monsters look very necromorphy.
You know what it gives me vibes of? It gives me Sweet Home vibes.
Yes. yes. The whole mouth open, blah, yeah.
And they can change back into the blah.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this.
I mean, who knows? We didn't actually see gameplay, so who knows? It might be one of those games where, you know how a trailer can sometimes fail to properly convey the tone of the game. Maybe it was out of his hands. Maybe it was a marketing team decision, and they wanted to market the game like this because they thought it would make more traction.
That's true.
Who knows? Maybe the tone of the game is completely different. Maybe it is something like more like Silent Hill.
Yeah. But let's hope that. Cautiously optimistic about this one. Next up, we've got something that I'm also cautiously optimistic about. The Lord of the Rings Gollum game, which I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Who asked for this?
It's a stealth action game coming from Daedalic Entertainment and Nacon. And it's slated for release next year. And I just want to say, oh wait, no, there's more. The game lets players enter the Lord of the Rings world as both Gollum and Smeagol. So you play as both of Gollum's personalities, technically. That excerpt was from Polygon, and I just want to say it. He looks weird in this.
Yeah.
Weirder than he usually does. Did they not have the rights from the movie version?
There's something wrong with his face. I mean, it's a Gollum. Something's always wrong with his face.
But his face and his eyes look too smooth. They look too expressive. They
too
look too
animated. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like everything else looks like, oh yeah, this like it could exist in the world of the movies. It's rendered realistically, except his fucking face.
Like the design of the levels, it looks good. I mean, well, the design of the world, I guess, from what we've seen. The design of the orcs, they look fine. Even his voice, I have no gripes against it. But then when I just saw his face, I was like, oh, hello.
Something's wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's Uncanny Valley. Maybe it's because we're so used to a certain way Gollum looks.
I think this might have been the same thing when Square Enix's Avengers came out.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe this is a little bit out of proportion, but it might be the same feeling where it's just, it's just a different design, and they had to make a design different because they don't have the rights to the movie version. So
I guess, but
from that angle, I guess it makes a lot more sense, but it's just still a little bit unsettling.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it looks
honestly, it won't be my kind of game. It wouldn't look like the kind of game I'd play.
Like, I mean, I'm all good for stealth, but as long as it's attached to like a good story.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Nothing else was revealed. We just saw Gollum.
That's it. They're taking out these orcs that stumbled onto his, I don't know, hidey hole or something. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all we saw. Looks all right. Again, cautiously optimistic. Next thing, we've got something that I am so excited about. We've got another trailer for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I'm super happy for this.
If you didn't know, this is a Borderlands game.
Absolutely.
This is, I think, one of those. Think of it like Miles Morales' Spider-Man, where it's not necessarily a sequel, but a spin-off that's its own thing. It's bigger than a DLC. Absolutely. By the looks of it.
Because if any of you have played the Borderlands 2, the game is best, like the series' best game. It had a DLC where it was basically what this game is. It was a slice where Tiny Tina would take the characters on this Dungeons and Dragons, and in the game it's referred to as Bunkers and Badasses, sort of role-playing board game where the gameplay was you have all the stuff you had access to in the main game, but then you get this new setting where you're in this fantasy land, and then there's new enemies and new weapons, and then Tiny Tina's narrating everything, and it was the best part about Borderlands 2, honestly. On top of like a really, really solid game on its own, they just put this on and made it so much better, and I will always stand by the fact that this is the true ending to the first Borderlands. Because once you finish this DLC, you'll find the emotional weight of why Tina's doing this, and it's amazing. It got to me when I was younger playing this for the first time. Completely solid, and to see that they're actually making a full on game about this, I couldn't be more excited.
In this world, in that setting,
in that setting, like you said, I think you said this when you were watching the trailer. You noted that it was so much more. Vibrant and color shaded.
Did they make it more cel shaded?
It looks like it did.
How?
It's fantastic. I love it. Why not? After the lukewarm reception that 3 had, I mean, I'm glad that they're doing this and just going all full out, just crazy, and it looks fantastic. Daniel, this is an opportune time to ask, how's your Borderlands going? Eh? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, but anything to add?
Oh no, it's very colorful. I like the art style too. The mishmash of like the Borderlands style with what's it called, like medieval attire. It honestly, once I saw the medieval attire and then how cel shaded everything was, it just reminded me of Arcane.
Oh,
the colors and the art style as well. Man. And I don't know, I'm all for that art style right now. I'm very much in that like mindset, and like I want to see more of that. So I'm very much picking this up. When is it coming out?
Oh gosh, I thought I wrote a thing here. It's coming out March 25th, 2022.
Oh thank God, that's the one that's coming soon. That's the one that's. Wait, I'll have to get a PS5.
Fuck. Or Series X, because this comes out on all consoles. Yeah.
I'm very. I might get a Series X because of Halo Infinite. So,
dude, get it. It'll still be the same experience. And technically, Series X is. No, I don't want to say it's more powerful because I might start a war. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing that was announced. So, next thing we have is Star Trek Resurgence. It looks interesting. It's from the guys who made the Telltale Batman games and the Telltale every other games, apparently.
It looks interesting. Not very much. I mean, I like the new movies. I like Chris Pine. I'm a fan of the new movies, but
I love the third one.
This definitely seems like one of those games where it'll appeal very much to the hardcore Star Trek fans.
Absolutely.
And from what I can tell from the gameplay and who is involved, it might be one of those more narratively driven stories where your decisions affect what happens, and characters will remember this decision and all that.
All right, so like it won't be one of those hardcore games. It won't be something grand and space opera like Mass Effect or something.
I mean, maybe it might. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. Yeah.
It definitely has that like material it can reach back into.
Yeah.
But in terms of the gameplay that'll be used to allow players to get hooked or whatever.
A lot of talking, maybe it's puzzle solving, that kind of aspect of it.
Slide this into here.
Yeah, now like RE style puzzle solving where you get this one item to get to the other side of the fucking map. But yeah, no, I think there was some gameplay and it looked a bit in some spots, but yeah, no. Looked alright.
Did they say when this was going to be released? It's coming in 2022. Okay, yeah, so that's
nice, lovely.
Yeah, alright. That's going to be interesting. Cautiously optimistic about this one as well. Next up, we have another narrative-driven choice, a narrative choice-driven adventure set in another IP from the creators of from Telltale and from
but it's the studios, right? We saw the studio logos. They're involved. They're involved.
So this is from Telltale and Deck 9, the guys who created Life is Strange
and the guys that did Walking Dead. So you got these two, basically the two biggest guys in that genre, have been forced together, or put together to make a game about probably how would you describe the Expanse?
So yeah, sorry, we should have led with the title of the game. So this is The Expanse, a Telltale series. And I'm a big fan of this series. I've been reading it for the last, I don't know, since I was in year 12. That's when I picked up the first book. And it is fantastic. Since then, it's been adapted into a TV show on Sci-Fi that's incredibly incredible and has been lauded at by the likes of Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's applauded how the show shows the physics of space travel in this fictional world, and it's been incredibly accurate. And so a lot of the show, like, not only that about the accuracy of the science in the show, but it's also really, really, really ridiculously well written. Again, it's a benefit from adapting something that also comes from something as rich in lore as a book or a series of books. But now it's taking the form of a video game with Deck 9 and Telltale Games at the helm. And it looks fantastic. It looks... the art style looks a little bit reminiscent of Clone Wars.
Yes.
And it looks interesting. Not very much was revealed.
Very subtle, yeah. It was no gameplay, but...
Yeah, apparently you play as a character called...
I forget her name. A female character.
A female character. We forget her name, but she looks badass, and she basically kills a bunch of people in an airlock, and she's a badass. I'm pretty sure she's working for the OPA, just taking from the narrative that was the voiceover that was saying that. The OPA stands for the Outer Planets Association, and they're very rough people.
So they're like the thugs.
No, not the thugs. They're like enforcers, rough enforcers.
Is it a company?
It's like when you see Papua New Guinean police and you get scared. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Except they are against all of the inner planets like Mars and Earth, because
so they're elitists. So they're on the fringe of the civilization.
They're the Beltas, and then they're like the inner planets where there's Earth and Mars, and then the OPA, the Outer Planets Association. They're like the rebels or the.
Oh, that's interesting. I think for the longest time I've been really wanting to get into this universe, and I think what better way to get into it as a video game? And I think it's one of those good, like what we have here is one of those weirdly good mixes of a really good fucking story handled by really good fucking storytellers.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
We'll see how it looks. I'm still a little cautiously optimistic just because I like this so much, but I'm excited. Yeah, but not too much. I just want to keep it. Yeah. But yes, that's The Expanse. We're excited about that. Next up we have, this is such a super cute Zelda-like. It's Tunic. That is going to be released on March 16th on Mac, Windows, Xbox One, and Series X. So it's probably only, it looks like a Microsoft exclusive. Or it's only on
by the looks of it, yeah.
But hey.
I mean, but I mean, what happened with Ori and the Blind Forest? It might come to Switch as well.
Yeah, later on. But it looks adorable. It's giving me a lot, and I mean a lot of Hyper Light Drifter vibes.
Oh yeah, if you don't know, like Hyper Light Drifter have that whole like aspect where there was no voice acting, no readable English text.
Yeah.
Whatever text pops up is just like whatever language is that in the game. There's no dialogue spoken to you. You're just a character on this journey in this isometric 3D world, and it looks the gameplay looks fantastic. Gameplay looks like Hyper Light Drifter.
It does.
Very cute.
A lot smoother, even though I think that obviously this is what it was going for this goal, whereas Hyper Light Drifter was going for that gritty.
Very
like,
pixel art aesthetic,
But this one, it looks adorable. It looks really cute. I want to pick it up and I want to play it.
The music sounded great as well,
yes, it
bro.
did. When that synth kicks in, oh my gosh. When he starts hitting the grapple and going through those techie places and those underground.
Goodness. I think it's one of those stories that might make... I don't know why I get emotional when I see... Like, it's just the visual storytelling of this cute little creature dealing with these fucking scary huge monsters.
Have you ever played Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh my god. But yeah, no, it looks very exciting. I very much want to play. And it's called Tunic, and he's a little fox dressed up in a green tunic, so...
And he has a shield and a sword.
So you can very much see the influence of...
It's so cute. So cute. I love it. It looks like just a love letter to Zelda. And I'm happy to play. No complaints here. So, very, very excited for that one. Coming out in March. So look out for that. Just put that on your calendar.
Yes.
Next up, we've got something that I was really, really, really excited about, coming from Inflection Games, which is the studio headed by some of the people who left BioWare. If I read that
So
right.
they had a hand in Mass Effect?
Yeah, all the Mass Effect games. Yeah. And they made the studio Inflection Games, and they have made this game called Nightingale, which is a survival game set in a fantasy Victorian era. Yep, and it looks pretty freaky and it looks nice. Models look weird, but yeah, I could get used to that. Yeah. I like how the gameplay isn't just shooty. It's more like hunting, gathering, resource collection, and building as well as exploring. So that's very, very up my alley. I'd like to see how this unfold. I also liked how many women there are in this game.
You know, the female characters are very much at the forefront.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was really cool. Just from...
And I think it was because of that, and then they're going to a different world and they're stepping through portals and stuff. I think I mentioned to you while we were watching the trailer that it reminded me of... I can't remember that Natalie Portman movie with the female scientists.
We still can't remember it now. Oh, gosh.
This is going to bother me. But yeah, it
I
gave
am
me...
Googling it right now. You keep talking.
It gave me that vibe. Because like they were like going in for an adventure and they were dealing with monsters and whatever fresh hell this new portal was throwing at them. So it very much reminded me of that, with the female characters at the forefront. But you know, it looks interesting. I'm a fan of the Victorian era
Annihilation.
It looks like Victorian Annihilation.
It does. Oh god.
But yeah, no, I'm a fan. I was a big fan of the Fable games, like Fable 2 when that came out. So that art, and it seems like the same art style, like similar art style, and very much the same setting. So yeah, no, it feels, I like it. I like how it visually looks.
Yeah, no.
Gameplay, I don't know. They didn't really show us.
They showed a lot of first person stuff.
So it's first person. That's it. Yeah. It's first person.
Just cocking weapons, reloading them, and just aiming them. Yeah. That's about it. Nothing. I don't think... If
you're wondering about weapons, think very 1800s. So Red Dead Redemption, that era, like 1800s weaponry,
This is
revolvers, that kind of thing.
This might be a little earlier on in its lifespan, I guess, because it launches on early access next year.
Okay.
So they probably haven't got that stuff down pat just yet. But it's good that they're going into early access just for people to get a feel of it. And I know a really good game that had a really, really amazing story about being in early access for so long was Hades.
I see.
It was basically, it's been lauded at as a game that was made by the developers just as much as it was made by the fans, because it was in early access for so long, and they've had so many fans play the game and just constantly give them feedback about how to make it better, and that's how they made this game that pretty much took out every game award last year, and I'm like kind of pissed that it didn't win Game of the Year.
Damn it.
I guess I get why.
Which one? What game won game?
Oh, guess, Daniel. What game did win Game of the Year? I have no grabs against it, but I know you will. It's got a muscly lady with ponytail.
I mean, I think she's hot, but
Okay, you gotta pick a direction, bro. Okay, but that was Nightingale, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, this wasn't a game, but Ben Schwartz was there to talk about Sonic 2, the movie, and I liked it.
It looks really good. Neither of us have seen part 1, but the general response is that it was a good movie. The trailer looks great. It still looks like Sonic is very much in our world, and he's still doing his own thing and trying to figure out his own path. But one interesting aspect from the trailer that I got is that we see Tails for the first time, and it also seems like Sonic meets Tails for the first time.
Right? Yeah.
They haven't met each other before.
Just note on that. I'm really happy that the original voice actress for Tails is
Tails. Very much like how what's her name, Jen Taylor will always be Cortana. They brought back Tails, the Tails voice actress, to play Tails. Also, Idris Elba's Knuckles got me a lot more excited than I thought I would because he sounded great.
Oh my god! For Knuckles and Tails, absolutely nailed the design this time.
And they look great. They look great. It's like they took that whole, what do they normally look like? Oh, let's just make them look slightly more realistic. Not that fucking direction.
The fur, my god. Knuckles and his ears.
That punch on the power bomb that fucking Sonic tries to do on him. The power ball jump. Yeah.
Oh my god. But wait, clear something up for me. Is Knuckles on Eggman's side?
By the looks of it, at this point in the story, yeah, he's not. He's usually not. He's usually like an ally of Sonic's. But I think everybody's meeting each other for the first time. So that's the angle they're taking with this.
Mm. Also, I saw this meme earlier on where just someone running this through, they just put a picture of Shadow and Keanu Reeves. Just like thoughts.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I love it. Is Shadow evil? Because my Sonic.
He's an anti-hero.
So he's like Catwoman.
Kind of. He's like. He has guns.
Catwoman has guns.
I mean, he's not really like Catwoman. That's more Rouge. Rouge the Bat. If you know who Rouge the Bat is, that's more Catwoman. She's like a bat, and she has big titties, and she's like, she basically fur-pilled a lot of people.
Sorry, can you say that again, but slowly?
Fur-pilled a lot of people. You don't know what fur-pilling is?
Okay, is that something you can explain on this without all of the internet yelling at us?
So fur-pilling is basically when in your life and like early in your life when when a certain character has piqued your interest in a sort of like character design where you're interested in like anthropomorphic people, more specifically ladies. So she was responsible for that for a lot of people on the internet. So if you don't know what a furry is, that's like she was the gateway drug, and then now they're into that genre of like anthropomorphic people. So like Rouge is definitely. I wonder when she'll make her appearance. Oh god, maybe part 3. Oh, that would be interesting because there's a lot of characters that they could and a lot of lore that they can pull from. So I'm happy. If they put Shadow, maybe part 3. Who knows? Jim Carrey's back as Dr. Eggman. He has a big ass mustache.
I love it. He's having so much fun in this role. Oh, gosh. I'm so. It just makes me happy to see him just being
having fun and being himself.
It's really great. But yes, Sonic 2. I'm excited. I really need to watch the first one. So then
release date.
This is coming out. Where did that say? Oh. No release date just yet.
Dang it, but it looks great.
Yeah, not according to this article. But yeah, there might be a release date out later on. But yes, it looks fantastic. And then the second last thing that was released, at least like from my notes, I just plucked all the interesting cool stuff. A game called Thirsty Suitors, Daniel, which when we saw the trailer, it's basically if Ramona Flowers
from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World
was Indian and had to defeat all her evil exes herself. And had to cook for her mum and go skateboarding?
You know what this seems like? This feels like this game was made by all the people that liked Scott Pilgrim 10 years ago and now, I can make games now. Let me make a game about an idea and a story that meant so much to me. That's what this feels like.
It warms my heart to know that there are people out there who've grown up and have started to, what's that? The term that you used to, you grow up and then you start doling out the same content that you loved when you were young. Yeah. And that's basically that process. I like.
Because like honestly, beat for beat, this seemed like a Scott Pilgrim game.
And then the tagline at the end: "Battle your exes,
it says, disappoint your parents,
find your way."
Jesus Christ! Like that's pretty much Scott. I'm just happy. Like it seems like an offshoot story that like maybe not Dev Patel. What's his name? No, not Dev Patel. That's the actor.
Matthew Patel.
Matthew Patel. This seems like an offshoot, like Matthew Patel's sister or something. I don't like it feels like it would fit so well in the Scott Pilgrim universe.
I love it so much. I want to see the writer of Scott Pilgrim react.
Oh hell yeah! I wonder what Brian Lee O'Malley thinks. But that's what it feels like. It feels like this was made by people who loved his work and want to emulate that and make their own thing, inspired by that. So yeah, no, it looks
fantastic.
nice.
It's crazy. It's all over the place. I don't know what's happening, which is my favorite thing about it. And most interestingly, I think, it's being published by Annapurna Games, which is sort of a big studio in the indie space, and it's really nice to see that they're picking up like smaller games like this. Well, okay, I say that it looks a little small. It might not be that small, but it's nice that they're picking up a lot more games and distributing them or publishing them. It's great, and I am excited for this. I will probably download this like the second it comes out, just so I could try it and play it. It looks fantastic.
It's coming out on Switch as well.
I'm hoping so. Yes, yeah. But basically, I do want this game so much. There's no word of a release date as yet, but I'm excited.
It has very much an Indian setting, so it looks like it's based in India.
It's nice, it's nice how it's embracing that culture. I love it.
Because the last game I played that has big game that I played that has that setting was Uncharted Lost Legacy. That's based in India, and you're playing Chloe, as Chloe. Right? Yeah. So it's nice.
God,
I'm very happy.
I have that.
You have it. I have it too.
I can play it.
I had to delete it to make space for other things, but
oh my god, at least you have the game. You don't have to spend 20 gigs downloading it again, like some people here. You know, most of my games are 20 gigs, which thank God they're not, because I play on Nintendo Switch.
But yes.
That was Thirsty
Suitors.
It looks great. I'm definitely going to play that. And lastly, on this list that I have, I freaked out when I saw this. Our French studio Shiro Games has announced Dune Spice Wars, a real-time strategy with 4X elements, meaning explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. That's what it means.
I like how they had to go 4X elements, because if they put the 3X's in, it's that kind of game.
Man, with this universe.
After what you've told me, fucking dog chairs and Jesus Christ, the fuck, Dune.
I regret telling you about that, I swear to God. But yes, we have our first. Well, not first. There's been like a couple
other Dune games. I think in the 90s.
Yeah. They weren't bad. They were really okay, like honestly. But this is a new one, and it's gonna be real-time strategy. Yeah. I am not the biggest real-time strategy fan, but I did grow up playing Age of Empires, and I loved that. So when this comes out, bet your ass I'm going to be playing this.
I'd give it a try. But I need like a PC. One of those games, yeah.
This looks like something I have a mate in Australia who loves playing real-time strategy games like this, and I'm going to tell him about this. And James, if you're listening to this,
check it out when it comes out.
When it comes out, I want to get your thoughts on it, just to see if it runs as smoothly as something like, I don't know, Civilization 6 or something. But that brings us to the end of the announcements that we have for the Game Awards. All in all, I think it was a great show. I saw a lot of tweets about people shitting on the show because they was just like sleeping through it because they thought it was boring or something. I don't get it. It was just really nice as someone like me to watch people in this setting being extremely happy and passionate about this art. It really made me really, really happy, and gave me that really nice feeling deep inside. But that brings us to the end of that discussion, I guess. Next up, I guess to end the show on, we're just going to talk about what we've been playing, watching, or listening to. Dan, I see that on our show notes you have left this part empty. Gonna be speaking from the heart, aren't you?
From the heart, from the soul, from my...
No. What? I see someone got Resident Evil 7 from a very kind friend of theirs. But have they finished it? No, they have not, Daniel. How's that going, huh?
Oh, and yeah, I'm in the process of getting back into Resident Evil 7. I think psychologically I just wanted to slow myself down because I've been playing so much Doom Eternal, and it's quite like a freaking left turn if you go from playing Doom Eternal back into Resident Evil 7. So I've been playing a bit of Skyrim just to slow my FPS brain down a bit, and I very much intend to finish it because I know that after I finish Resident Evil 7 I have Resident Evil 3 to play and Resident Evil 2 to replay as well. So, and we're trying to also get our hands on Resident Evil Village when we get our hands on that, so very much excited for that. And yeah, from what I've played so far of Resident Evil 7, I I'm very solid for 8. I like the mechanics. I like being Ethan. I like being in this FPS world. Of course, everything's slowed down because, it is, and because of the setting and because it's a horror game, everything's slowed down. You don't move as fast as something like COD, so you're underpowered for the sake of, the vibe and tone of the game. But from what I've played so far, I very much enjoy it. The puzzles seem great. The RE engine looks amazing in first person.
Amazing,
Yeah, it's very amazing. The setting is great. I like how much call it the Spencer Mansion, the freaking swamp house. I love it.
Yeah.
I like the swamp house. Very varied settings. The lighting is great, and I really need to finish it. There was a week where I just played it, and I stopped for some reason. I don't know why. I can't remember now. But yes, I do intend to finishing that. As far as what I've been playing, I've been getting back into Skyrim. I think Skyrim is to me what Witcher is to you.
It's your forever game.
Yeah.
I hate that I actually got it on the Switch, because now I have 2 forever games that I need to play.
God.
Sorry, no, you can do yours.
But yeah. Skyrim is there as well. I'm doing one of those runs where I'm not activating the fucking dragons, because it's a fun enough game when you don't have to deal with a boss fight that's in the sky every 5 minutes.
Point.
Fuck! And then with vampires now, if you have the DLCs activated.
And werewolves.
Jesus Christ. God, I have enough problems to deal with. I'm not activating the fucking dragons, okay?
I love it so much.
God. But getting back into Skyrim. Just I guess slowing my brain down, because I've been playing Doom for the longest time. So for the sake of finishing 7, slowing my brain down for the sake of getting back into 7. As far as what I've been watching, Arcane. I very much love Arcane. The art style, the storytelling, the Haley Steinfeld, everything about it. And I think I have this preference for female characters that are buff and very tough.
Who wouldn't? My gosh.
I mean, that's why I like Abby from Last of Us 2, even though I have my opinion about Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
We still need to play that game.
Yes.
One of our mates is still holding on to it and keeps saying, I'll play it for one more weekend, and he has it for the next month.
He's been trying to give it back to me, actually. I just haven't had the time to go out.
Good.
Okay,
Good.
And plus, I need to give it to Joey, our logistics officer.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
We have a mate of ours who recently just played Last of Us 1.
For the first time
ever. So he's very much interested in the story. So we'll let him play it first.
Nice.
And I guess Arcane is what I've been watching. Also, in preparation for it's the next topic, but I guess I've been on a bit of Tobey Maguire marathon. So watching anything and everything Spider-Man just to get my head in the game for Spider-Man No Way Home that's coming out next week. Which both of us are very excited for.
From the point of recording, there's 5 more days until the release
here
in Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, because we get it technically on the 16th, which is 1 day before the rest of the world, and I'm shook.
Woo.
We've already
if we get it before the rest of the world, that's great.
Yes, I walked up to Paradise and I was like, "Hey guys, I got some tickets. I really want to buy some for next week." And they're like, "What? No, we don't sell any tickets now." But no, wait, I saw it in the thing. Please, we selling tickets. And they're like, they got their manager out to come talk to me, and then I'm like, "Hi, do you sell tickets with? I really want to." And then she's like, scrolls over to the next page. "Oh wait, we do. Here you go. We can."
Was it like another sheet on an Excel file or something, and she just opened the next sheet
and then turn the next page. It was great.
But thank you very much, Paradise Cinemas. We love you. You're the only cinema in this country. But thank you very much. I honestly thought they'd market this a lot bigger, like what they did with Infinity War, have a pre-screening and everything. Because in my opinion, this is the biggest event since.
That's true.
Since Endgame.
We're kind of
since
skipping
Endgame.
ahead of ourselves because I forgot to talk about my thing before. But let me just really quickly brush over the things that I've been going, because I just really want to stick to the structure. Pause on that. Yes, I have been watching Spencer with Kristen Stewart.
You haven't.
I love it. I loved it so much. I did a 60-second review. It's on my socials. Go see it if you liked it. I watched Dune. I've been holding out on writing a review for that because I'm waiting for a friend of mine.
I've seen your notes. I've seen your fucking notes. Jesus Christ.
I have a friend of mine who is in Brisbane who only got Dune last week or just this week or quite recently. So I'm working on some content. I'm making content with her for Dune to release, just so that we're both really big nerds about it. And then I watched Arcane, which if you could hear me when Daniel was ranting, all I have to say is this. Just the best animated show of the year. It hands down.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have that much of a thing to. Yeah, but it was great. It was just out of the water. Fantastic. I started playing The Witcher 3 a lot more, my forever game.
On which console, Godfrey?
Shut up, Daniel. All of them. I got the copy on PlayStation 4 and I started playing that as well. I am incorrigible and I hate myself for it, but I love The Witcher 3, so shoot me. I'm never going to stop playing that game.
I'm looking at the notes. This all happened in the last 5 months.
I'm trying to go really fast.
Goodness.
I also picked up Metroid Dread and I actually finally played it. I'm still writing a bunch of review notes for that, so that's going to come soon. And I finally picked up Pokemon Shining Pearl, which apparently in the last week I played more of than The Witcher 3 in the last 7 years. Please don't shame me. I'm trying my best.
I need a cowbell. Shame. Shame.
And that's it. Okay, sorry, going back to No Way Home talk, because this episode's been going over an hour and it's been really solid. But
goodness,
I think we have a shoot to do and it might be catching up on us. So with No Way Home, we're really excited. Already got our tickets. Thank you, Paradise Cinemas, for allowing me to walk up to you guys and ask for tickets that easy. I mean, that early. I'm excited. Can't wait for Thursday at 11 a.m. And yeah, I think for that whole day, I'm going to just switch my date off.
I think I'll try my best to do a replay of Spider-Man PS4 just because I'm so solid, and then just do the whole thing in the Tobey Maguire suit.
Okay, you do that.
God,
and then
my God!
I'll do all of the movies, including Garfield,
TSM,
including Garfield's, Tom's, and Into the Spider-Verse. Oh my God, there was an Into the Spider-Verse trailer.
Oh my God! Haley Steinfeld's back. Miles is older.
Haley Steinfeld is having the year of her life. She's got,
I fucking love her so much.
Are out now that are like amazing on Rotten Tomatoes apparently. Dickinson season 3. She's on Hawkeye, and then she's on Arcane as
she's one of the main sisters.
Yep.
God damn! Now she's.
I love her so much.
2023, right? Or 2022.
What?
Spider-Verse.
2023.
Oh, 2023.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it can't be 2023.
looks like it. But yeah, I'm like, it's a great time to be a Spider-Man fan. I can't wait. I'm gonna replay the entire
Spider-Man
PS4.
2 Insomnia game.
Oh fuck, that's coming. Oh Jesus. What a time! What a time to be alive.
Yeah. So
Shit.
just basically, yeah. So I guess to sum up, a lot of really good things to look forward to. We're getting closer to Christmas. I'm not really a Christmassy person, but I like the sentiment. So, Merry Christmas to anyone who celebrates it. We'll probably be back to have another episode.
Hopefully we'll have another one before the end of the year.
I think the next one will definitely be
after Christmas. Oh, but that's like
around then.
That's like 5 days between Christmas and New Year's.
No, if anything, the next episode will probably be us media of the year. We're talking games, movies,
our favorite things.
Albums, favorite things of the year. That should be it. Again, we'll probably invite one of our friends to have one of those interview episodes. We all know everyone likes those, especially you guys on LinkedIn. Love you. Yeah, it's been great. But that's all for now. I love it. Daniel, thank you for sitting with me through this, our glorious recap of the 2021 Game Awards. I guess we can wrap it up. Thanks for listening, everybody. Nut Culture is hosted and recorded by Daniel Levi and Godfreyman Captigal. It's edited by myself, and our music is created by the Clueless Panda, which reminds me I gotta get him on board again to create more of our original music. And we've got new episodes out every... I don't know at this point, guys.
I remember when we tried to be very consistent with this.
We tried so hard. And the universe just said no.
No, we don't do that
we
anymore.
Don't do that here. Consistency, what? No. But yeah, we're going to try out and get as many episodes out as possible.
I guess because if you've been following us, we as part of our work, now we've started doing another podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's been blowing up as well. People really like that. So I'm happy. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of this guy for stepping up and hosting that on his own, technically.
It's been fun. Yeah.
You're getting better, by the way.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
getting so much better at this. It's great. It's great. And it shows. And, but I guess that's about it. If we don't see you in time for Christmas, happy Christmas and a Merry
New Year's.
Ciao, and catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.